And I'm Abhijit Ganesh. I'm here going to talk about our open source initiative and why you should consider it. Speaking of open source, I'm already wearing the Hacktober t-shirt. If you're looking forward to getting the Hacktober t-shirt, pay attention to this talk and you'll be understanding why you should be contributing to DoK and in general, the larger open source community. So let's get started. Coming to the point, why should you care and why should you contribute to open source? Right? Open source is like an ocean, and all of us are like tiny fishes in the pond. I mean, in the ocean, but as a pond. All of us are trying to make the pond better in some way, but unfortunately or fortunately, people feel their little efforts are not appreciated enough, or people feel it's not valuable enough to contribute. Well, here's where our change is going to be. Open source is an ecosystem where every little change matters. And this is why there have been various open source products which have gone out of maintenance, out of use because there weren't enough maintenance, there wasn't enough contributors. And this is purely due to the fact that there haven't been enough contributions. Now, all of this sounds fine, but it doesn't add up, does it? Because honestly speaking, we can be a great open source contributor, but how does the end user, who's not a programmer, who's not a tech developer, understand? Well, coming to the point here, all of us, let's say, use Android devices or iPhone devices, they have some amount of open source software written in. All of the software which we use have a lot of open source components which we never will see, and probably they'll never see the light because they're all so packed under the layers that only a true tech person might be able to figure out. Now, in the world of tech, it's not about highlighting and showing that hey, you're doing this open source work to everyone. It's about contributing for the better cause so that tomorrow your Android code doesn't stop working because it's built on top of open source. Now, coming to the DoK's open source initiative, we are rebuilding our Explorers World website. And now you might be wondering what's Explorers World. Well, Bart had suggested that we should go hands-on about learning with Kubernetes. And we had come up with an idea where we allow our participants and contributors to play with Kubernetes without much struggle. By struggle here, I mean installing, maintaining all of that. Because when you're installing a Kubernetes cluster, it takes considerable amount of effort to get started. And to step aside all the due complications, we came up with Killer Coda. We are proud to say that we use Killer Coda for a lot of our cases, but I'd be really grateful if you can add the link. We'll be soon creating Killer Coda / data on Kubernetes, which will be coming out soon. So this is our Killer Coda initiative where our contributors can learn Kubernetes without installing it, right? You don't have to worry about installing anything. Most of the environment is taken care of. All you need to do is to pay attention, focus on learning. Now, coming to the open source initiative where we're trying to build, we are rebuilding our Explorers World website. So we're using a framework called Astro for this. You can read about it there. If you can refer to this, you can understand how open source works in general. I didn't dive deep into the technical nuances of how to contribute or why you should contribute. Instead, I've just added the routine technical steps which are relevant. So if you follow this, it should be good enough to get started with open source. And with all that being said, you're incentivized to contribute to Hacktoberfest. So if you're looking forward to contribute to a new project, you should really check us out. Thank you.